This is not a gentle land. It is a realm forged in extremes, a vast expanse of central Brazil where the very air seems to hum with a primal, untamed energy. Forget the lush, verdant canopies you might imagine. This is a different kind of wilderness, one that wears its scars with pride, a testament to its own resilience. Here, even the earth itself fights to survive. The soil, ancient and weathered, is a canvas of deep reds and ochres baked hard by a relentless sun. It is a ground that offers little, demanding everything in return. For millions of years, it has been locked in a cycle of punishing drought and torrential rain, a rhythm of scarcity and abundance that has shaped every living thing. At first glance, it seems quiet, almost lifeless. A silent, sprawling kingdom of grass and stunted trees stretching to a horizon that trembles in the heat. The air is thick with the scent of dry dust and sun-warmed vegetation. The silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind through the coarse blades of grass or the distant lonely cry of a soaring bird. It's an emptiness that feels absolute, a landscape seemingly paused in time. But beneath this dry, sun-scorched surface lies one of the most powerful ecosystems on Earth, the Cerrado. This is not a wasteland. It is a hidden giant, an inverted forest. While the Amazon reaches for the sky, the Cerrado plunges its strength deep into the earth. What you see above ground is merely the tip of a biological iceberg, a fraction of the life that thrives below. A vast tropical savanna, older than the Amazon itself. Its origins trace back over 60 million years, to a time when the continents were still settling into their modern forms. This ancient lineage has given it a unique evolutionary path, creating a biodiversity hotspot that rivals any on the planet. It is a living library of adaptation, a testament to life's ability to conquer the most challenging of environments. A land shaped not by calm, but by conflict. This is a world defined by its trials. The long, unforgiving dry season starves the land of water, while the annual fires scorch its surface. The soil itself is acidic and poor in nutrients. Every element seems designed to test the limits of life. Yet it is this very adversity that has forged such extraordinary strength. Every root, every leaf, every creature here is built for war. A war against fire, against drought, against hunger. It is a silent, perpetual battle fought on a million different fronts, from the microscopic fungi in the soil to the apex predators that stalk the grasslands. Survival is not a given. It is a victory, earned each and every day. Fire is not an accident here. It is a ritual, a cleansing, terrifying and life-giving force that has sculpted this landscape for millennia. Each year, as the dry season reaches its peak, the Cerrado holds its breath. The grasses turn to tinder, the air crackles with static electricity, and the world waits for a spark. Each year, flames sweep across the Cerrado, devouring everything in their path. It is a tide of destruction, moving with terrifying speed. The fire roars, a deafening wave of heat and light, consuming the dry vegetation, blackening the soil, and sending plumes of smoke spiraling into the sky. Animals flee in a desperate exodus. Insects take to the air, reptiles burrow into the soil, and larger mammals race ahead of the inferno. To most ecosystems, this would mean death, an absolute final end. But here, it's just the beginning. Beneath the surface, life hides. Roots plunge meters deep into the cool, damp earth, shielded from the inferno above. In this subterranean fortress, the true essence of the Cerrado lies in wait. These are not just roots. They are vaults of energy packed with the resources needed to rebuild. The Cerrado doesn't fear fire. It uses it. The flames clear away the old dead thatch, allowing sunlight to reach the soil. The ash provides a sudden, rich pulse of nutrients. The heat cracks open dormant seeds, triggering a new generation of life. Days after destruction, the land breathes again. The silence that follows the fire is eerie, the landscape a monochrome canvas of black and grey. But this stillness is deceptive. A quiet miracle is already underway. Fueled by the stored energy in their deep roots and nourished by the fresh ash, life surges back with astonishing speed. Green shoots pierce through the ash. Stronger, faster, hungrier for life. This new growth is different. It is richer in nutrients, more palatable, and it carpets the landscape in a verdant flush. It is a feast for the herbivores that now return to the burn scar, drawn by the promise of this fresh bounty. Fire clears the weak and makes way for the resilient. It is the ultimate selection pressure, weeding out any plant not perfectly adapted to its rhythm. This is nature's reset button, a brutal, beautiful cycle of rebirth. Where life returns, so do the hunters. The rejuvenated landscape, teeming with grazers, becomes a new hunting ground. And here, one predator reigns with an almost mythical presence. The jaguar, silent, unseen, moves like a shadow through the regrowth. Its spotted coat, perfect camouflage in the dappled light, renders it nearly invisible. Every step, calculated, every breath, controlled. It is the embodiment of patience and power, a ghost in the tall grass. In the Cerrado, hesitation means death. For the hunter and the hunted, the margins are razor-thin. A moment's distraction, a single misplaced step, can be the difference between a meal and becoming one. The air is thick with tension, a silent dialogue of survival playing out in every rustle of the leaves. But even the hunters are not safe. This land has other giants, other specialists who have mastered its challenges. The giant anteater, a creature as bizarre as it is formidable, moves with a slow, deliberate confidence. Its powerful claws, designed for tearing into concrete-hard termite mounds, are also devastating weapons. A cornered anteater can kill a jaguar. In this kingdom, every creature, no matter how seemingly placid, holds a secret capacity for violence. The Cerrado doesn't just endure, it defends. Its resilience is not passive. It is an active, aggressive strategy played out by every organism. The defense begins from the ground up. Beneath your feet, armies, millions of ants, ready to strike at the slightest disturbance. These are not just insects. They are a collective superorganism, the engineers and soldiers of the savanna. Their vast interconnected colonies aerate the soil, and their ferocious defense can deter even the largest of grazers. A single misstep on a nest can unleash a swarming, biting fury that no animal will soon forget. Plants, too, are armed. The trees wear suits of armor. Their thick, corky bark, layered like a fireproof blanket, insulates the living tissue within from the searing heat of the annual fires. Leaves release toxins, bitter compounds that make them unpalatable to all but the most specialized herbivores. And deep underground, the roots store energy for the next battle, waiting for the signal to regrow, to reclaim the scorched earth. Even the soil itself is unforgiving. Nutrient poor, relentless. Its high acidity and aluminum content are toxic to most plants, a chemical barrier that only the Cerrado's native flora has evolved to overcome. Only the toughest survive here. Fire, drought, predators, poison. Individually, they destroy. They are forces of chaos, agents of mortality that bring an end to individual lives. A fire consumes a tree, a drought withers a plant, a predator ends a life. A toxin poisons an unwary grazer. Each event is a small tragedy, a moment of violent conclusion. Together, they create balance. The Cerrado is not broken. It is perfectly tuned to chaos. The destruction wrought by one force creates an opportunity for another. The fire that clears the land allows the rain to nourish new growth. The new growth attracts the herbivores, and the herbivores attract the predators. The predators keep the herbivore populations in check, preventing overgrazing. The toxic plants steer animals towards the more resilient grasses. It is a complex, interconnected web of life and death, a system so finely balanced that the removal of any one element would cause the entire structure to collapse. A living paradox, where destruction gives birth to life. In this land of fire and survival, life does not simply exist. It fights, it adapts, it endures. It is a constant, unyielding struggle for existence, a daily affirmation of strength against overwhelming odds. To live here is to be a warrior, a survivor, a masterpiece of evolution. The Cerrado is not just a savanna, it is a battlefield where nature always wins. The ultimate victory is not for any single creature, but for the ecosystem itself, for the cycle, for the relentless, beautiful, brutal process of life continuing against all odds. If this journey into one of Earth's fiercest ecosystems inspired you, subscribe to Nature's Chronicles and discover the wild stories the world is still hiding. Because out there, nature never stops fighting.